17-foot Jayco hybrid in the J-Feather 7 series just came in here at HaylettRV of Coldwater, Michigan. 3,450 pounds. If at any point you're curious to see if we have one in stock, how much we're asking, and what sort of optional equipment we have on it, I've made that easy for you. It's one click away. As a matter of fact, look down in the video description, you YouTube type folks, just check for price and availability, and there you go. So this is for people who either don't want a big camper because they're a little intimidated by towing, or they just don't want to mess with it, have a limited parking space and a big family, or they have a limited tow capacity and a big family. And what's nice is this is going to fit all those roles very, very well. And here's where this differs from a lot of smaller hybrids, is that this does ride on a tandem axle with a nice Equiflex rubber shock dampened suspension. This is built to tow and go. That's the whole design of this thing. J-Feathers are designed with high mileage towing in mind. The tandem axle on a little camper like this, it's going to tow and track so well behind your vehicle. You'll see an immediate weight and cost difference between a single and tandem axle. There's a whole huge difference in chassis and running gear that goes into it. But you're also going to get significantly greater load capacity, to put the kids and the stuff in it, basically, as well as just an enhanced, like I said, towing experience. A tandem tends to track better than a single axle. This is very well equipped. There's not a lot of smaller, narrow body hybrids like this out there. This is a 7.5 wide narrow body, so again, ideal for like SUV towing. But usually small trailer means small features. We've already seen, I've talked about the better Equiflex suspension. We've got a 5-year guarantee on all of our bed end materials. The way that we tend to equip these, we've got the power tongue jack on the front. They'll have a power awning with LED lighting on them. 18 gallon per hour water heater. Some very nice things going on here. All LED interior light package. Gorgeous looking aluminum wheels. It's got big features where they count the most. They didn't like gut the thing and scale back on it. They just equipped it intelligently. Now this is a 4-sided laminated product. Front, rear, and 2 sidewalls are aluminum framed and laminated with a plywood decked roof and floor, which is, oh, pardon me, no, J-Feather 7, this does have a laminated floor with aluminum framing as well, but a plywood decked 5-inch arched roof to give you a really strong structure with great snowpack capacity. If you're a Midwestern RVer like I am and the snow sits on it outside, this is built to be able to handle even that kind of stuff. Outside utility shower, black tank flush, all those normal little things, but you don't usually find normal things on little campers. You tend to get reduced things. I also like the fact that our hybrid bed locks are right down here at like chest and belly level. They're very easy to get to. You don't have to reach way up here to try to lock them and latch them in place. It's just much, much simpler that way. All LED exterior lighting, not just interior as well. That's something I should specify there. There is outside TV hookups right below the power awning next to the wheels there. TV for the outside. Well, really, we don't tend to include any TVs on this from the factory, just because this is a smaller camper. A lot of times people have a specific budget in mind, but that's an easy thing to add aftermarket. It does include both the mount here as well as the matching bracket that hooks onto your TV for a quick release. Grill station out here. I mentioned power awning, but I do want to go back to that because little campers usually have little features. Like I said, standard, this has an easy push button power awning with full length LED lighting. Small campers will often have standard manual awning. That's about the one area of the market where you still get a manual awning standard, and this breaks that mold. And it's a lot of little things like the better construction, the smarter materials that go into the fact that this has twice the warranty of anything else in its class. Also a double entry step, so it's easy come and go. You don't have to have long legs or be a mountain climber like mine. A lot of little campers, you get a single step, and it's okay. This is just nicer. It's simpler, it's easier, especially if you got a pet. That's much more pet friendly, or if say you got a bum knee, it's just simpler that way. Step inside here, close the door, since we got some tractor noise outside. And this is something else you don't usually get in little campers. Boom! A really good one-switch light package like that. And I stress one switch. A lot of little campers, you got to go click all the lights individually. And I'm okay with that. For the money that you're spending on a smaller camper, I don't expect it to have luxury fifth-wheel motorhome features. But something that you're going to use every day, like the lights, it is nice to have just single switch access to it. Now, like I said, outside there are some optional pieces of equipment. Like we put the full-size air conditioner on the roof of this thing to give you some max cooling. These hybrid beds, they give you lots of space, and that's what's cool about this. This is a 17-foot box, but you have the square footage of like a 26-foot RV when it's all opened up. But these are not insulated. You know, you can spill a lot of heat and cold out here, so we like to bulk up that AC. This is to make this a really good, like, even peak summertime camper. Also, this is the pecan decor. No, I always do that. That's what it used to be called. It was adjusted. Now it's called granola. That's granola decor. There's different interior decors, like brick is one of them. Basically, they're all neutral. Would you like neutral brown or neutral browner? That's all we really have to talk about on interior decors. The one that we have in stock might look a little different. I don't know. So we've got a nice TV station up here with just pure storage otherwise. You know, we like to leave that open so that you can do whatever you need to do with it, because small campers become very specialized in their use and application, so we don't want to like make decisions for you. Good lower cabinet storage, which is nice, and they give you nice hardware. You'd be surprised how quick handle hardware adds up. To see an RV in a small class like this actually use nice door handles it's worth mentioning. Also, little campers tend to have little construction, which generally means cabinetry that's stapled together. This is all screwed and pocket screwed together. You see those commercials, Craig Jigs have been helping you repair chairs and things for a long time. That's how this stuff's built, basically, from the get-go. Jayco uses 50% thicker bed matting than the industry standard, which is nice. Now this table can go here. I wanted to do something different, and I rarely talk about how this has a really big recessed, almost like pretend headboard setting right there. The table can go down for sleeping and still have bench access, but there's storage back there, and I don't show that enough, so I wanted to open that up this time. Normally these straps wouldn't be here either. Those are just in place to keep the bed from falling on the floor when it's in the folded up position. I just did a quick setup on this for video purposes. Little campers don't usually have nice cabinet door hardware with self-strutted overhead doors that you don't have to juggle open with your head. You don't usually get the nicer, wider, longer range digital antennas, and this is a no crank antenna. It doesn't fold up and down on the roof. It just stays where it is, which is nice. This is worth its weight in gold. This big combination closet with adjustable shelves, pantry, with a full extension drawer below, and that's probably going to be where you're going to keep like a lot of your silverware. It's a very handy, convenient place for that. Spinning around here, just give you a, whoa, I'm tripping on stuff. One of these days I'm going to really end up falling and hurting myself, and it's probably going to be hilarious. So they had minimal counter space, and they didn't want to go with a huge stovetop and a huge sink. They wanted to give you a place to be able to put some things. You can still get a coffee maker in there. There are power outlets in the neighborhood, like right over here, so that you can power those appliances. There is a freezer pocket in that refrigerator there, and that is gas electric. So small fridge, but it's a small camper. They just really couldn't go much more aggressive. There's full storage. This is actually kind of neat. When you're at your destination, you can fold this mattress up out of the way, and you've got a cool little sitting bench for the kids. Now, you see how deep that is? That's how big the cabinet below it is. There's actually really good storage down there. That's a great place to stuff a lot of clothes, Mom and Dad. Get that stuff out of the way. Now, the rear bed is actually the one with the most privacy, and Mom and Dad seem to take the front bed, but this one always seems to make more sense to me because you are just a little more shut in and away, a little more private. Bathroom, again, simple but effective. Both a skylight and a power vent fan, which is nice, with shower wall surround as opposed to, you know, just normal wall panels. There's actually advantages both ways. I'll admit this would probably be my preference, but there is actually some logic to both having the wall surround and not having it. Give me a call if you're curious about that. And that's pretty much this one in a nutshell. Not my longest video, but not the biggest camper either. So give us a call, 800-256-5196. HaylettRV of Coldwater, Michigan. Take care, stay safe, have fun, and happy camping, everyone.